Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video of some things that actually happened to me last night that was like really insane. And I post these type of things because I realize, like, I know that me myself, I had a lot of moments in my life where I felt like I was crazy for some of the stuff that I was actually experiencing that I couldn't really talk to anybody about. But I've been recently having more of a realization of that the more that I talk to people, because I've had people that are actually reaching out to me um, because of these videos. So I'm trying to make sure that I share things like this to let people know not to be afraid to tell people about things, and no matter what anybody thinks about it, there's somebody that needs to hear it. So last night, what ended up happening was I'm actually currently reading a book called Tattoo Consciousness or something like that. Reason being is because I've actually been thinking about getting a tattoo, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up doing a video on later once I get it, but that's probably not going to be until the summer because I really plan on getting it around my birthday. Um, but it's been talking about more so the spiritual aspects of tattoos. So really, this was the only conversation that was happening before I went to bed. And the most that I said to myself was, one of the things that I read was they were talking about how some people actually have visions after they end up getting a tattoo and they're more spiritually connected and things of that nature. So I ended up just kind of saying to myself, like, man, that's probably going to end up happening to me when I get one. And I was like, okay, whatever. I wasn't deep on thought about it or anything. So when I got to bed, and everyone was asleep, I usually pray before I go to bed. And just, whether it's protection, answers or questions that I may have, or to just be grateful to the ancestors and to God and the angels for just protecting me, and just taking me through day-to-day tasks. So while I'm praying, mid prayer, and I was fully awake, I was not sleepy yet. I wasn't sleepy yet. And I just had my eyes shut and I saw this doorway, and it had a bright light shining out of it. I couldn't see through the doorway. And whatever it was like in a pyramid structure. I could tell by the walls because it was a hall. And I didn't have a choice, like, because it wasn't like I was physically walking through it, but I got like pushed towards it. It was like almost like, how you watch those movies and the camera is like being pushed through the hall kind of fast. I just went through it. And when I went through it, it was basically the hall again, but this time I could actually see out that doorway. And when I looked, there was a woman standing there. I don't know exactly what her race was. The clothing told me Egyptian, and she looked like she was about my skin tone that I am. And she had on like a band around her head with like the snake on the front, and she had like some sort of bra on or something, and then like the skirt, and then like short hair up to about right here was all black. And as I was approaching her, now mind you, I'm watching it from wherever I am in this hallway, but at the same time, I was recalling a memory of grazing my hands against the wall. Now, one thing that was really interesting about this, I could feel like the coolness of the wall. I remembered it, and it was weird. I'm gonna post something right here because I saw this square spiral that was there, and this was the pattern across the whole entire wall on both sides, and they looked like they were gold. And as I walked up, she was just standing there at the edge and she was looking out. But then as I continued to look, I could see from her standpoint, and I remember looking at the sky and I saw trees, and it was a bunch of green trees. So that's why I was kind of confused, because at the same time it was like, okay, well, this is kind of not making sense. It looks like she's Egyptian, but at the same time it was too green as far as I know. And after that it just stopped, and it stopped my prayer mid-sentence. Like, I couldn't even say anything else because I was just really confused how I vividly, like, you see how well I just described that to you. That was like really weird for me to recall that much. And then right before, because I've been designing the tattoo that I want to get, and I had been basically, like, I had seen just in my mind this, what it was going to look like. And then there was two parts of it that are like arrows, and they went around one of the circles like this, and it was a circle in the middle, which, mind you, this gets a little weird, only because when I researched it, apparently this is the same cover that's like on Harry Potter or something like that. However, the shape does kind of relate to alchemy, but then it also relates to Alcoholics Anonymous for some reason, except theirs had a line through it. But that's what was really weird about it, because like I've done, mind you, it's really similar to past life regressions. If any of you are familiar with it, past life regressions, they usually give you something metaphorical to actually get you there to that part of your subconscious to see a past life, you know? And in this case, it was just like the doorway one. If you've ever done that one, it's usually a doorway they usually have you do, and you imagine the door and every single detail about the door, except this didn't have a door. It was just wide open and it was bright, and I got pushed through. Most of the time I had to, whenever I did past life regressions, it was like I had to kind of ease up to the door, and it was me personally going to this door and walking up. But for it to just push me through, that was the weirdest thing. I've never actually had that happen. But I plan on hopefully meditating on it tonight. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow, to see if I see anything else. But as for now, I just wanted to mention that, to tell me if you guys have had any other experiences similar to that. That would be really nice to know. Just put it in the comments section below. And please give this video a like if you like stuff like this. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.